Volume 2, The Book of the Secrets, a new commentary. Discourse number 31, given in Bombay, India.
A life without is a cyclone, a constant turmoil, conflict, struggle. But it is only on the surface so. Just like as it is on the surface of the ocean. Waves, maddening noise, constant struggle. But this is not all life. Deep there is a center also. Soundless, silent. No conflict, no struggle. In the center, life is a noiseless flow, relaxed. A river moving, with no struggle, with no fight, no violence. That inner center is the search. You can get identified with the surface, with the outer. And then anxiety, anguish follows. This is what has happened to everyone. We are identified with the surface and the struggle that goes on there. The surface is bound to be disturbed. Nothing is wrong in it. And if you can be rooted in the center, the disturbance on the surface will become beautiful. It will have a beauty of its own. If you can be silent within, then all the sounds without become musical. Then nothing is wrong in it. It becomes a play. But if you don't know the inner core, the silent center, if you are totally identified with the surface, then you will go mad. And everyone is almost mad. All religious techniques of yoga, meditation, Zen, are basically to help you to be again in contact with the center, to move within, to forget the periphery, to leave the periphery for a time being, and relax into your own being so deeply that the outer disappears completely and only the inner remains. Once you know how to move backwards, how to step down into yourself, it is not difficult. It becomes as easy as anything. But if you don't know, if you know only the clinging mind with the surface, it is very difficult. Relaxing into oneself is not difficult. Non-clinging to the surface is difficult. I have heard one Sufi story. Once it happened that a Sufi fakir was traveling. It was night, dark night, and he lost his way. It was so dark he couldn't see even where he was moving. Then suddenly he fell into an abyss. He was terrified. He didn't know what was down there in darkness. How deep was the abyss? So he caught hold of a branch and started praying. Night was cold. He cried, but there was no one to listen. Only his own voice was echoed back. And night was so cold that his hand was becoming frozen. And sooner or later he knew that he will have to leave the branch. It is going to be difficult to remain holding it. Hands were getting so frozen that the branch was already slipping. Death was absolutely near. Any moment he will fall and die. And then the last moment came. You can understand how terrified he was. Dying moment. And then the last moment came. And he saw the branch slipping out of his hand. And the hands were so frozen that there was no way. So he had to fall. But the moment he fell, he started dancing. There was no abyss. He was on clear ground. But the whole night he suffered. This is the situation. You go on clinging with the surface, afraid that if you leave the surface, you will be lost. Really, clinging to the surface, you are lost. But deep down there is darkness. And you cannot see any ground. You cannot see anything else than the surface. All these techniques are to make you courageous, strong, adventurous, so that you can leave the hold and fall within yourself. That which looks like abyss, dark, bottomless, is the very ground of your being. Once you leave the surface, the periphery, you will be centered. This centering is the aim. Once you are centered, you can move to the periphery, but you will be totally different. The quality of your consciousness would have changed altogether. Then you can move to the periphery, but you will be never be the periphery again. You will remain the center. And remaining center at the periphery is beautiful. Then you can enjoy it. It will become a beautiful play. Then there is no conflict. It is a game. Then it will not create tensions within you. And there will be no anguish and no anxiety around it. And any moment it becomes too much, heavy on you, you can go back to the original source. You can have a dip. You will be fresh, rejuvenated. You can move to the periphery again. Once you know the way, and the way is not long. You are not going anywhere else than your own self. It is not long. It is just near. The only barrier is your holding to the periphery, afraid that if you leave it, you will be lost. The fear is just like as if you are going to die. moving to the inner center is a death. Death in the sense that your identity with the periphery will die. And a new image, a new feeling of your being will arise. So if, in a single word, we want to say what Tantra techniques are, we can say they are a deep relaxation into oneself. A total relaxation into oneself. You are always tense. That is the holding, the clinging. You are never relaxed. Never in a state of let go. You are always doing something. That doing is the problem. You are never in a state of non-doing, where things are happening. You are just there, not doing anything. The breathing comes in and goes out. The blood circulates. The body is alive and throbbing. And the breeze blows. And the whole world goes on spinning around. And you are not doing anything. You are not a doer. You are simply relaxed. And things are happening. When things are happening and you are not a doer, you are totally relaxed. When you are a doer and things are not happening, but are being manipulated by you, you are tense. You relax partially while you sleep, but it is not total. Because even in your sleep, you go on manipulating. Even in your sleep, you don't allow everything to happen. See a man is sleeping. You will see him very tense. His whole body will be tense. See a small child is sleeping. He is really relaxed. Or an animal, a cat. A cat is relaxed. You are not relaxed even while asleep. Tense, struggling, moving, fighting with something. On your face, tensions are there. In dream, you may be fighting, protecting. You may be repeating the same that you were doing while you were awake. Repeating as an inner drama. But you are not relaxed. You are not in a deep let go. That's why even sleep is becoming more and more difficult. And psychologists say that soon the day will come when no one, if the same trend goes on and on, no one will be naturally able to sleep. Sleep would have to be chemically produced. No one will be able to naturally fall into sleep. The day is not very far. Already you are on the way towards it. Even while asleep, you are only partially asleep, partially relaxed. Meditation is the deepest sleep. Total relaxation plus something more. You are totally relaxed and yet alert. The awareness is there. Total sleep with awareness is meditation. Fully alert, things are happening. But you are not resisting, not fighting, not doing. The doer is not there. The doer has gone into sleep. Only a witness is there. A non-doer alertness is there. Then nothing can disturb you. If you know how to relax, nothing can disturb you. If you don't know how to relax, everything will disturb you. I say everything. It is not really something that disturbs you. Everything is just an excuse. You are almost always ready to be disturbed. If this thing will not disturb, then something else, but you will get disturbed. You are ready, you have a tendency to be disturbed. If all the causes are withdrawn from you, even then you will get disturbed. You will find some cause, you will create some cause. If nothing is coming from without, you will create something within, some thought, some idea, and you will get disturbed. You need excuses. Once you know how to relax, nothing can disturb you. Not that the world will change, not that the things will be different. The world will be the same. But you don't have the tendency, you don't have the madness, constantly ready to be disturbed. Then all that happens around you is soothing. Even the traffic noise can become soothing if you are relaxed. Even the marketplace can become soothing. It depends on you. It is an inner quality. And the quality comes more you go towards the center. The more you move towards the periphery, you will be more and more disturbed. If you are too much disturbed, or you are prone to be disturbed, that shows only one thing, that you are adjusting near the periphery, nothing else. Simply this. It is an indication that you have made your abode near the surface. And this is a false abode. Because your real home is in the center. The very center of your being. Now we will enter the technique. First technique. In any easy position, gradually pervade an area between the armpits into great peace. A very simple matter, but works miraculously. Try it, and anyone can try it. There is no danger. In an easy position, the first thing is to be in a relaxed position. Easy. Whatsoever is easy to you. So don't try some particular posture or asana. Buddha sits in a particular posture. It is easy for him. It can also become easy for you if you practice it for a time being. But in the very beginning, it will not be easy for you. And there is no need to practice it. Any posture that comes easy to you right now, start from that. Don't struggle with the posture. You can sit in a chair, in an easy chair, and relax. The only thing is your body must be in a relaxed state. So just close your eyes and feel all over the body. Start from the legs, feeling whether there is some tension. If you feel somewhere is tension, do one thing. Make it more tense. First, if you feel that just in the leg, right leg, there is tension, then make that tension as intense as possible. Bring it to a peak and then suddenly relax. So you can feel how relaxation settles there. Then go all over the body, just finding if there is some tension somewhere. Wherever you feel the tension, make it more, because it is easy to relax it when it is intense. Just in a mid state, it is very difficult because you cannot feel it. It is easy to move from one extreme to another. Very easy. Because the very extreme creates the situation to move to the other. So if you feel some tensions on your face, then strain all the face muscles as much as possible. Create tension and bring it to a peak. Bring it to a point where you feel now no more is possible. Then suddenly relax. So see that all parts of the body, all limbs are relaxed. And be particular about the face muscles, because they carry 90% tensions. On the whole body, only 10%. Because all your tensions go in the mind, and the face becomes the storage. So strain your face as much as possible. Don't be shy about it. Make it as intensely in anguish, anxiety, and then suddenly relax. Do it for 5 minutes, so you can feel now the whole body, every limb is relaxed. This is easy posture for you. You can do it lying on the bed also. You can do it sitting. Whatsoever you feel is easy for you. In any easy position, gradually pervade an area between the armpits into great peace. The second thing, when you feel that the body has come to an easy posture, and don't make much fuss about it. Don't make much fuss about it. Just feel that the body is relaxed. Then forget the body. Because really remembering the body is a sort of tension. So that's why I say don't make much fuss about it. Relax it and forget it. Forgetting is relaxation. Because whenever you remember too much, that very remembering brings attention to the body. You may not have observed, but you can try a very easy experiment. Just put your hand on your pulse and count. And then close your eyes, bring your attention to your pulse for 5 minutes and then count. Now the pulse will be running faster, because the attention for 5 minutes gives tension to it. So really whenever a doctor counts your pulse, it is never exactly the real. It is always more than it was there before the doctor started counting it. Because whenever the doctor takes your hand in his hand, you have become alert. And if the doctor is a lady doctor, you will be more alert. And it will go faster. So whenever a lady doctor counts your pulse, reduce it by 10. Then it is exactly your pulse. 10 counts per minute will be more. Whenever you bring your consciousness to any part of the body, that part becomes tense. You become tense when someone observes you. The whole body becomes tense. When you are alone, you are different. When someone enters in the room, you are not the same. The whole body is on a faster rate. You have become tense. So, don't make much fuss about relaxation, otherwise you will be obsessed with it. Simply for 5 minutes, relax easily and then forget. Your forgetting will be helpful, and that will bring a deeper relaxation to the body. Then the second thing is, gradually pervade an area between the armpits into great peace. Then close your eyes and just feel the area between the two armpits, the heart area, your chest. First feel it, just between the two armpits. Bring your total attention, total awareness, forget the whole body. Just the heart area between the two armpits, your chest. And feel it filled with great peace. The moment body is relaxed, automatically peace happens in your heart. The heart becomes silent, relaxed, harmonious. And when you forget the whole body and bring your attention just to the chest, and consciously feel that it is filled with peace, much peace will happen immediately. There are areas in the body, particular centers, where particular feelings can be created consciously. Between two armpits is the center of the heart. And the heart center is the source of all peace that happens to you, whenever it happens. Whenever you are peaceful, the peace is coming from the heart. The heart radiates peace. That's why people feel all over the world, without any distinction of caste, religion, country, cultured, uncultured. Every race has felt this, that the love arises somewhere from the heart. No scientific explanation exists. So whenever you think of love, you think of the heart. Really, whenever you are in love, you are relaxed. And because you are relaxed, you are filled with a certain peace. And that peace arises from the heart. So peace and love have become joined, associated. Whenever you are in love, you are peaceful. Whenever you are not in love, you are disturbed. Because of peace, the heart has become associated with love. So you can do two things. Either you can search love, then sometimes you will feel peace. But the path is then you love has become more important than you. And the other is the other. And you are becoming in a way dependent. So love will give you peace sometimes, but not always. There will be many disturbances, many moments of anguish and anxiety. Because the other has entered, and whenever the other enters, there is bound to be some disturbance. Because you can meet with the other only on your surface. and the surface will be disturbed. Only sometimes, when you two will be so deeply in love with no conflict, only sometimes you will be relaxed and the heart will glow with peace. So love can only give you glimpses of peace, but never really any establishment, any rootedness into peace. No eternal peace is possible through it. Only glimpses. And between two glimpses there will be deep valleys of conflict, violence, hatred, anger. The other way is not to find peace through love, but to find peace directly. If you can find peace directly, and this is the method, your life will become filled with love. But now the quality of love will be different. It will not be possessive. It will not be centered on one. It will not be dependent, and it will not make anyone dependent to you. Your love will become just a lovingness, a compassion, a deep empathy. And now no one can, even a lover, cannot disturb you, because your peace is already rooted. And your love is coming as a shadow of your inner peace. The whole thing has become reverse. So Buddha is also loving. But his love is not an anguish. If you love, you will suffer. If you don't love, you will suffer. If you don't love, you will suffer the absence. If you love, you will suffer the presence of love. Because you are on the surface. And whatsoever you do can give you only momentary satisfactions. And then again the dark valley. First be established in peace on your own. Then you are independent. Then love is not your need. Then you will never feel in love that you are imprisoned. That love has become a sort of dependence, a slavery, a bondage. Then love will be just a giving. You have too much of peace and you want to share it. Then it will be just a giving with no idea of its return. It will be unconditional. And this is one of the secrets, that the more you give, the more it happens to you. The more you give and share, the more it becomes your own. The deeper you enter into the treasury, which is infinite. You can go on giving it to everybody. It is inexhaustible. But love must happen to you as a shadow of inner peace. Ordinarily, the reverse is the phenomena. Peace happens to you just as a shadow of love. Love must happen to you as a shadow of peace. And then love is beautiful. Otherwise, love also creates ugliness. It becomes a disease, a fever. Pervade an area between the armpits into great peace. Then just become aware of the area between the armpits and feel that it is filled with deep peace. Just feel peace there, and you will feel it is filled. It is always filled. You have never been alert about it. This is only to bring the alertness, just to bring you nearer home. And when you feel this peace, you are farther away from the surface. Not that things will not be happening there. You try this experiment, and whenever you are filled with peace, you will feel a distance. The noise is coming from the street, but there is great distance now, a great space. It happens, but it brings no disturbance. Rather, it deepens your silence. And this is the miracle. The children will be playing, and someone will be listening to the radio, and someone will be quarreling, and the whole world going around, but you will feel that a great distance has come between you and all. That distance comes because you have retraced back from the periphery. Things are happening on the periphery, and they will appear to you as if they are happening to someone else. You are not involved. Nothing disturbs you, so you are not involved. You have transcended. This is the transcendence. And the heart is naturally the source of peace, so you are not creating anything. You are simply coming to a source which is always there. And this imagination will help you that the heart is filled with peace, not that this imagination will create the peace. And this is the difference between Tantra attitude and Western hypnosis. Hypnotists think that by imagination you are creating it. Tantra thinks that you are not creating it. By imagination you are simply becoming attuned with something that is already there. Because whatsoever you can create by imagination cannot be permanent. If it is not a reality, then it is false, unreal, and you are creating a hallucination. So it is better to be disturbed and be real than to be in some hallucination of peace, because that is not a growth. You are simply intoxicated in it, and sooner or later you will have to come out, because the reality will shatter the illusion sooner or later. Reality has to shatter all illusions. Only a greater reality cannot be shattered, and a greater reality will shatter this reality which is on the periphery. Hence, Sankara and others say that the world is illusion. Not that the world is illusion, but because they have come to know a higher reality. From that altitude, this world looks dreamy. It is so far away. The distance is so infinite that it cannot be felt as real. The noise on the street will be just like as if you are dreaming about it. Not real. It cannot do anything. It just happens and passes, and you remain untouched. When you are untouched by reality, how can you feel this is real? Because the reality is felt, the deeper it penetrates you. The deeper the penetration, the more you feel it as real. Sankara says the whole world is unreal. He must have come to a point from where the distance is so vast, so tremendously vast, that all that happens there becomes just like a dream. It comes. but no reality comes with it because it cannot penetrate. Penetration is the proportion of reality. If I throw a stone at you, it hits you. That hit penetrates you. That penetration makes the stone real. If I throw a stone, it touches you, but it doesn't penetrate. And deep down, you hear the thud of the falling stone on you. But no disturbance. You will feel it as false, unreal, maya, illusory. But you are so near the periphery that if I throw a stone at you, you will be hurt. Not the body will be hurt in either case. If I throw a stone at a Buddha, the body will be hurt as your body will be hurt. But Buddha is not on the periphery. He is rooted in the center. And the distance is so much that he will hear the thud of the stone without being hurt. The being will remain untouched, unscared. This unscarred being will feel the stone as if something has been thrown in dream. It is illusory. So Buddha says nothing has substance in it. Everything is substanceless, without any substance. The world is empty of substance. And the same what Sankara says, that the world is illusory. You try this. Whenever you will be able to feel the peace between the two armpits filling you, pervading your whole heart center, the world will look illusory. And this is a sign that you have entered meditation, when the world appears to be illusory. Don't think that the world is illusory. There is no need to think. You will feel it. It will suddenly happen to your mind that what has happened to the world? The world has suddenly gone dreamy, a dreamlike existence. It is there without any substance. Just like a film on the screen. Looks so real. Even it can be three-dimensional. Just looks a projected thing. Not that the world is a projected thing. Not that it is really unreal. No, the world is real. But you create distance. And the distance gets more and more. And you can understand whether the distance is getting more and more or not by knowing how you are feeling about the world. So that's the criterion. So this is not a truth that the world is unreal. This is a meditative criterion. If the world has become unreal, you have become centered into the being. Now the surface, and you are so far away that you can look at the surface as something objective, something other than you. You are not identified. This technique is very easy and will not take much time if you try it. Even sometimes it happens with this technique that in the very first effort, you will feel the beauty and the miracle of it. So try it. But if you are not feeling in the very effort, don't be disappointed. Wait and go on doing it. And it is so easy, you can do any time. Just lying on your bed in the night, you can do it. Just in the morning, when you feel that now you are awake, you can do it. Do it first and then get up. Even 10 minutes will be enough. 10 minutes in the night while falling asleep just before it. Make the world unreal, and your sleep will be so deep that you may not have slept like that before. If the world becomes unreal just before falling asleep, dreams will be less. Because even if the world has become dream, dreams cannot continue.